It was May 1979 and Margaret Thatcher had just been elected as Prime Minister of Great Britain. Queen Elizabeth II was 27 years into her reign when Thatcher began to rule office. The Queen and Thatcher were both impeccably dressed and well coiffed, equally attached to their ever-present handbags, hard-working and meticulously professional. The former Prime Minister was incredibly respectful of the Queen because when Thatcher met Her Majesty, she curtsied elaborately. In fact, Thatcher's curtsey to Elizabeth II was heavily commented on in royal circles. After the coup within the Tory party that forced Thatcher's resignation in November 1990, the Queen showed her respect for Thatcher by quickly awarding her both of the monarch's most prestigious personal honours, the Order of the Garter and the Order of Merit. In The Queen and Her Prime Ministers, former Chief Press Secretary to Thatcher, Michael Cockerell claims, "In the end I think they did get on, and I think Mrs. Thatcher came to value the advice that the Queen gave her." Royal biographer Hugo Vickers said, "The Queen was very upset by the way in which Mrs. Thatcher was disposed by the Conservative Party, and she told somebody that, 'All right, Mrs. Thatcher may have been tired and things, but it was a horrible way that it was done." The Queen was said to have been affected by the way Margaret Thatcher was treated by her own party. Image, Getty. Royal expert Bernard Ingham explains how quickly the Queen honoured Margaret after she had resigned, with first of all the Order of Merit and then the Lady of the Garter. In 2011, Thatcher was invited to the wedding of HRH Prince William and the then Catherine Middleton, though didn't attend due to her ill health. The Queen paid her final respects to the country's most formidable Prime Minister at Thatcher's funeral in St. Paul's Cathedral. Margaret Thatcher, dubbed the Iron Lady, privatised numerous industries, cut back government expenditures, and gradually reduced the rights of trade unions. In 1983, despite the worst unemployment figures for half a decade, Thatcher was re-elected to a second term, thanks largely to the decisive British victory in the 1982 Falklands War with Argentina. In November 1990, she failed to receive a majority in the Conservative Party's annual vote for selection of a leader. She withdrew her nomination, and John Major, the Chancellor of the Exchequer since 1989, was chosen as Conservative leader. On November 22, she announced her resignation and 6 days later was succeeded by Major, leaving Downing Street in tears.